Conflict. You've probably heard this word before, but what does it mean? If you're thinking what I'm thinking, conflict is a really bad thing that you want to stay away from. But what if I told you that conflict was actually a good thing? Conflict is something that if handled well can unify people, it can be engaging, and it can grow relationships. But we need to realize that conflict is understood in different ways. We all grew up differently, we all understand the word conflict differently. So that's what this video is for you to understand what conflict is and how to better approach conflict so you can come out of it with better solutions. So we've done some recon work. We've conducted interviews with US students as well as some of your teachers, and we found that the biggest conflict that you face as a student is communicating with your teacher. So we'd like to help you out a little bit. Let me introduce you to my friend, Devin.
My name's not Devin, it's Grills Bear, and I'm going to show you the bad way to deal with conflict and communication.
Hey, teacher, do you have a minute? Yeah, go on in. How's it going? Oh, it's going good. How are you? Good. Just doing some grades. Oh, nice. So, I'm here to talk to you about my grade. I'm an A- right now, and I was wondering if there's anything that we can do to bump me up to getting an A.
I wish I could, but I can't just give you a hair grade. I can't just bump you up. I have to be fair to all other students.
My parents are going to kill me because if I don't get an A, my scholarship's not going to carry over, or I'm not going to be able to get that scholarship because I need that 4.0. And so I really need it. And but you can't do anything for me?
No, I really can't because you earn an A-.
All my other teachers have been very willing to help me. Is there any way that you could find anything to help me out? Any extra credit, or I don't know. I just really need that A for my scholarship and for college.
I honestly can't. I have to be fair to the other students. So if I give you more extra credit, I have to give everybody else extra credit, and it's a little too late in the quarter. So that's so sorry. Can't really do anything.
I think you're being unreasonable. I'm gonna have to go talk to my parents and see if they can come in and talk to you because I think I deserve that A.
The weather outside is frightful, and so is that interaction. I want to teach you how to survive in the wild of high school with something I call trip goals. Not that kind of trip. There's much more to conflict than meets the eye. Just like this iceberg I'm standing on, 20% can be seen, but the rest of the 80% is underwater and we don't know what it is. The same thing in conflict. We don't know what's happening underneath, and that's what we're going to teach you right now. Topic is what we talk about in a conflict, like perhaps wanting to turn in a late assignment or asking for a grade change. Topic is the 20% of the iceberg that's visible, but there's another 80% that we hardly ever see, and it's just as important as the first 20%. Let's take a look at that. There's a couple over there fighting. They're probably talking about the topic, but what they really need to focus on is the relationship. R stands for relationship goals. These goals address how we want to be treated by each other. Everyone wants to be treated well and treated fairly. The problem is we don't express how we want to be treated most of the time. Instead, we keep talking about things the other person does, the topic. In order to survive in conflict scenarios, we need to start talking about the relationship and express how we want to be treated by each other. It's all about relationships. Let's take a look at that student-teacher interaction one more time.
I'm the teacher. I'm doing what I think is fair, I deserve your respect, and I know what I'm doing.
So I'm the student. I'm hardworking and I feel like I deserve to be treated like an adult.
I stands for identity goals. We want the other person to understand what kind of person we are, so we need to tell them. Roll the clip.
I'm a leader, I'm experienced, I'm educated, and I'm professional.
I'm responsible and I'm competent.
Finally, we have process goals. Everyone wants to talk about the problems in different ways. For example, some people like to break up over text. And other people like to do it in person. Applying your trip goals can be like returning to your nice warm home. If you don't apply your trip goals, you can be left stuck out in the wilderness of conflict.
So there you have it, trip goals, another tool in the conflict toolbox. Remember, at the end of the day, there's a lot more to conflict than meets the eye. We have the topic, the relationship, identity, and process. Relying on trip goals makes conflict management a lot easier and a lot more manageable for you and your teacher.